On to that already, are we?
Well, no, it's an energy drink this time.
Oh. Okay.
You need a different kind of pick me up.
Energy, my guy.
Hey.
Hi, I'm Llytic.
Give me energy.
I'm Tom.
And I need to be drained.
You know, you didn't have to mention that.
But I did. You're welcome.
Anyway, this is What Are We Reading, and we are continuing Midnight Sun.
Yeah.
Better than what we've been reading. Yeah.
You're not wrong.
The prodigal bastard has returned.
Yep. Oh wait, now I'm not gonna be grossed out, I'm gonna be angry again. Fuck. I can't win!
The dichotomy of Zane. The dichotomy of best girl.
Intensely.
Angry or grossed out. There is no middle ground.
We're on
Please
chapter
stop
4.
bullying best girl.
October's not here, so, I mean, you're gonna get
Well,
bullied
shit.
less.
Oh. Well, yeah, but what's gonna happen? Is she gonna start reading with us too?
Anyway,
Oi.
chapter 4, Visions. I went back to school. This was the right thing to do. The most inconspicuous way to behave.
Maybe you should have, like, an arm bandage at least. Maybe pretend you broke your arm.
I think you could notice if that was the case when he stopped the car.
Yeah, she could just be screaming like, "Ah, fuck, my arms!" Ah!
As funny as that.
Sold it as an adrenaline-fueled save. He could have done it, but no. Edward's is stupid, dumb.
Well, yes.
That has been very well established. Okay. By the end of the day, almost all the other students had returned to class too. I mean, because they all got into car accidents too, apparently. Just
Apparently
Tyler.
The whole school showed up for them, if I recall.
Yes, they were there for Tyler and Bella.
I forgot about that.
No one was there for Edward.
No one cares
Hashtag
about
Barbara
Edward.
They really don't. That's the
Basically,
thing.
yeah.
Except for Bella.
The only person who cares about Edward is Edward.
Yeah, that's true.
And his family, I guess.
And that one vampire chick.
Uh,
Who wants to give him the bone around?
Although she prefers human males than vampire males.
Yeah, because they're warm.
Yeah. Why would you want to cuddle up with something cold? Like, that motherfucker better have some smooth skin. If that's the case.
He feels
Just-
like a body pillow.
It is a body pillow.
I was going more for scales, but okay.
Oh.
Hey. Just Tyler and Bella and a few others, who were probably using the accident as a chance to ditch, remained absent. I mean...
I was almost hit by a car. I've suffered some injuries. I should probably stay out of school for right now. I might have a concussion.
that's not a bad idea.
Not... Yeah.
It shouldn't be so hard. It shouldn't be so hard for me to do the right thing. But all afternoon I was gritting my teeth against the urge that had me yearning ditch. Too. In order to go find the girl again.
I was yearning ditch, too.
Yeah, that's why I was like thrown off.
Like a stalker. An obsessed stalker. An obsessed vampire stalker. Well,
There
at
you
least
go,
they're
folks.
self-aware about it.
The main idea of this entire thing. School today was somehow impossibly even more boring than it had seemed just a week ago. Okay, school's boring. Yeah, you don't have to complain about it. It won't fix it. Coma-like. What did I just say, man? It was as if the color had drained from the bricks, the trees, the sky, the faces around me. I stared at the cracks in the walls. All around me are familiar faces.
God damn it.
Worn out places, washed out faces. I know that's not the words, but it works better for the
I
context.
think it's kind of funny, and I think it's kind of sad. The dreams in which I'm dying are the best I've ever had.
Oh, is it my
Zane.
line?
Yep.
Really? Shit.
Yep.
Sorry, I thought I had a bit more time, but there's never enough time. There was another right thing I should be doing. Also, I love the fact that I can actually fucking read this without having to wonder where my line is.
Yeah, that is nice. At least Stephenie Meyer knows how to indent paragraphs.
At least she's a decent writer, even if I hate the character she writes.
Decent might be overstepping it.
That I
She's
was
Passable.
Okay, she's not bad, really.
Passable.
Passable,
Come
yeah,
on,
there we go.
Tom. Don't let Llytic peer pressure you. You can have your own opinion.
I do have my own. He's right though.
Well then, never mind. Of course it was also a wrong thing. It all depended on the perspective from which you viewed it. Mine was looking downwards at my huge vampire boner. Wait. Do you think when Edward comes, he comes vampire sperm? 'Cause, like, their blood's filled with venom, so does, like, the blood venom weird thing he has work properly for his boner?
You'd think that, but apparently him ejaculating inside someone doesn't turn them.
Well, not even like that, it's just... His boner isn't powered by blood anymore. Is it even a true boner?
Oh, are you talking about, like, what's making him hard?
Well, both actually. It's just, I started with, does he have vampire cum, but it ended with, does he have vampire boners?
Well, you see, here's the weird thing. According to canon, he apparently hasn't ejaculated once since turning into a vampire.
That's just depressing. Could you imagine the first time he came in Bella, how nasty that would be? There's like stories of people who like do things like No Nut November or longer, and it comes out real nasty if you don't come every once in a while. Like, good lord, Edward. Ugh, that's
Well,
just nasty.
Here's the thing, though. Apparently, like, with vampires in this universe, like, none of the cellular processes are going on. So
And
after he
doesn't have any
turned,
viable sperm.
he only had one nut.
Oh god.
He could only nut once.
Oh, what the that's...
His last nut.
I'm going home. I can't. God dang it. This is not what I was expecting. Like, I mean, yeah, I was trying to make a joke. Maybe even a nasty one, but like, this just got really sad.
The reality became much weirder.
I feel sorry for Edward now. No wonder he's so edgy and grumpy. He can only nut one more time in his life.
And he used it on Bella. Well spent.
And created Renesmee.
Is that her name? God, at least Jacob's fertile.
Why is that something you care about when picking partners?
I don't care about it. It's just like, I don't know. I just feel if Bella was choosing based on other factors other than just like, I don't know what she chose them off of.
Why
like,
would you pick based on fertility? Why would you?
Well, if he could do it more than once, then he'll leave her more satisfied. I mean,
he can still orgasm. He just can't splooge.
Which is even dumber, because why hasn't he splooged already?
Because he's Mormon.
God damn it, Edward.
Or I'm
you gotta
guessing just
splooge at some point, Edward. It's
accordance
healthy
with
to get rid of that
Mormon
stuff. It gets nasty if you don't.
in an
I'm not
alternate
even lying.
universe
It's an actual thing. This happens.
in an alternate universe where Twilight wasn't written by a Mormon.
I'm sorry, I can't get you pregnant. I already splooged once.
I splooged once about 100 years ago.
And after that, I couldn't splooge anymore.
I mean, I could still orgasm, but
But you're not getting pregnant, baby. And then she finds that really attractive and they keep boning because, you know, fuck it. She can't get pregnant.
we don't need protection.
Yeah, we don't need protection. I can just picture that like, oh, I guess we don't need protection. Immediately cuts to the bed scene.
I like how we haven't even been in this for 10 minutes. We've already gone off the rails.
Yes, but we're talking about things that are much more interesting. Like vampire jizz.
I mean, it is much more interesting, but like, I want to get done with this so we don't have to read this thing ever again. So I'm really
Believe me, there are
torn.
much worse things in the future.
Yes,
Cherish
but are they?
this moment, Tom.
Yes, but are they?
Cherish it.
But are they this long? Is the question.
There's a joke to be made out about penises.
I don't have a
Anyway.
drum kit.
You should put that on your soundboard. The ba-dum.
Yeah.
The what's it called? What's the term for it? I know it. It's just I can't remember what it's called, but there's an actual term for it.
A rim shot.
There we go. Thank you.
From
Just
the
couldn't remember
perspective from the perspective of a Cullen, not just a vampire, but a Cullen, someone who belonged to a family, such a rare state in our world, the right thing would have gone something like this.
Surprised to see you in class, Edward. I heard you were involved in that awful accident this morning.
That was you, Edward? Huh. Yes, I was, Mr. Banner, but I was the lucky one, a friendly smile. I didn't get hurt at all. I wish I could say the same for Tyler and Bella.
How
Why
are
would you
they?
stop the car and not get injured?
I managed to successfully get in this. Oh, God. Oh, God damn it. Why is it that there has to be like an updated version whenever I go to use this thing?
What?
I was going to use the voice changer and soundboard, but no. A new updated version came out, so I can't.
Yeah, you better fucking update it, buddy.
I think Tyler is fine, just some superficial scrapes from the windshield glass. I'm not sure about Bella, though, a worried frown. She might have a concussion. I heard she was pretty incoherent for a while, seeing things even. I know the doctors were worried.
That sucks. That's how it should have gone. That's what I owed my family.
Surprised to see you in class, Edward. I heard you were involved in that awful accident this morning. Who would phrase it like that?
Mr. Banner, apparently. I wasn't hurt.
It's just Bruce
No
Banner.
smile.
Zane.
Yes? Oh, is it Art? What?
Yes.
Yep, Mr.
Is it
Banner.
Mr.
Mr.
Banner?
Yes.
Mr. Banner shifted his way from foot to foot, uncomfortable.
Do you have any idea how Tyler Crowley and Bella Swan are? I heard there were some injuries.
I shrugged. I wouldn't know.
Why is he talking like this?
I don't know. I just decided to give him a
He's
voice
just an
because it gives
edgy
him more.
baby.
Because it gives him.
Well, he is, yes. But I'd expect a high-pitched, whiny voice.
I was actually trying to go for like when the gnomes were disguised as the zombie or whatever in Gravity Falls, kind of how he talked.
Normal!
No?
Man!
No?
It's Jam.
He means his name is Norman.
Fucking hell. Hello, isn't my line already, guys? Stop.
Yep.
Gotta stop going so fast.
On
I
his
can't-
one line.
Yeah! I expect you to, like, take 3 hours and 7 tangents. And I
Well,
expect
you see,
no less.
Tom's here, so that's not going to happen.
Yeah.
Oh, shit.
Sorry for
Mr.
keeping us on
Banner
topic.
cleared his throat. Right. He said, my cold stare making his voice sound a bit strained.
Why are you mean-mugging the teacher?
I just imagine if it was like a regular teacher, he'd just hit the thing going through and said, "Oh, this fucking kid, man."
Why is he glaring at me?
He's just used to, like, all these edgy kids glaring at him normally, so he's just like, I need a new job.
Edward sitting in the back of the class listening to Welcome to the Black Parade on repeat because he's not only an emo fuck, but he's also a pretentious emo fuck.
He's all of the emos.
Like, the majority of people I know who still are kind of in an emo phase or were in an emo phase are like, yeah, I love My Chemical Romance, but I can't fucking stand Welcome to the Black Parade.
I thought you were about to say welcome to the jungle. And I was like, what?
Tom, I will rip off your dick and shove it down your throat.
That's pretty hot.
Yeah. Your threats are funny.
Dad, do that to me.
Shove it down my throat, Danny.
I thought it was just gonna be Dad again. Like, Dad, do that to me. Do it
Father,
to me,
I
Dad.
require the dick in my throat.
It's like how if you were to take all those, like, shitty, like, fucking, like, Emoto, like, hentais, and instead of Oni-chan, you changed it to brother, it suddenly sounds like it's, like, Hulk Hogan. What are you gonna show me, brother?
Oh, jeez.
What are we doing on the bed, brother?
Oh, God!
I'm just...
Sorry.
For some reason, I just got a mental image of, like, an anime Hulk Hogan with that anime sparkle or whatever going around him. I don't know why.
What's this sticky stuff on my face, brother? God damn it. Anyway. He walked quickly back to the front of the classroom and began his lecture.
Juxtaposition? Question mark.
Brother.
It was the wrong. What were you going to say, Zane? Sorry.
I thought it was my line again. I was just fucking stop. Please.
It's not your line
Okay.
just yet.
You okay, Zane?
Brother, stop. Stop it, brother. Brother, no.
Someone out there, make a hentai dojin in which the person being fucked is Hulk Hogan.
Oh no, brother, it's too big, brother.
Oh, jeez. It was the wrong thing to do, unless you looked at it from a more obscure point of view. I don't know if they meant that.
Hipster ass motherfucker.
I am the hipster.
Oh God! It went up the back of my nose.
Ah, snorting cocaine during another session again? You gotta stop, man.
Yeah, just a drink of liquid energy. By which I mean I went back like a little under a century ago, and back whenever sodas had cocaine in them, and bought myself a Coca-Cola.
Nice.
Mm.
It just seems so unchivalrous.
Edward, you
Fuck
use that word again, I will stab you in the dick.
off.
And then shoot you in the dick.
To slander the girl behind her back. Shut up!
How did he slander her?
Apparently, like, I think he's having a mortal quandary. Maybe, like,
He
saying,
just
"Oh,
didn't-
she saw things." There's something I don't fucking know.
He didn't even mention that, though. It was just... Did you see how they were? I heard there were some injuries. I don't know. How was that fucking slandering anyone?
Let's not question it. It's Edward's logic here.
You fedora-tipping motherfucker!
Especially when she was proving more trustworthy than I could have dreamed. As she currently told everyone else how much in the hospital that Edward was a liar. Edward just gets a text from his dad like, yeah, she's spilling the beans right now.
Mhm.
Fuck! She hadn't said anything to betray me. Bitch, you should have told her the truth! Despite having a good reason to. Exactly! Fuck off, Edward! Would I betray her when she had done nothing but keep my secret? Yes, you would. Fucker.
She doesn't even know what your secret is.
Not yet, anyway.
She just knows that you weren't next to her whenever she was about to get hit by a car. You literally could... We've covered this before. You could have just said, oh, I panicked, had an adrenaline rush, and sprinted over.
That would have been more believable than,
That's
oh,
what
you
I've been saying
hallucinated
every single
everything.
episode so far.
Ugh.
You know what'll calm me down? a nice, wholesome picture of Mike Wazowski.
No, why?
I'm afraid to look at
Why
this,
is
but I'm going
Olaf
to anyway.
pregnant?
I don't know.
Oh my
I have no fucking clue.
What?
fuck.
This
Oh,
makes more
jeez.
sense to me than this bullshit. I'm fucking out.
Just the fucking. Damn it, Zane.
Tom's getting attacked on 2 fronts. Technically 3 if you count my mere existence.
One's existence is not a crime nor an attack, so.
Apparently to you it is.
No, you said that it was. I never said anything like that.
I had a nearly identical conversation with Mrs. Joff. Just in Spanish rather than English, and Emmett gave me a long look. Much like his dick.
I think it might be Goff. I knew someone who's had their last name spelled like that, and that's how they pronounced it. But I don't know for sure. Joff, Goff, it doesn't really matter. These characters don't matter anyway. The only one who matters is Edward, because he's the main
No one
character.
matters. None of us matter. We will all be dust. The human race maybe has 80 years left.
I hope you have a good explanation for what happened today. Rose is on the warpath.
Wow, I rolled my eyes without looking at him. Fuck off, Edward.
Actually, I'd come up with a perfectly sound explanation. I suppose I hadn't done anything to stop the van from crushing the girl. I just suppose I hadn't done anything to stop the van from crushing the girl. I recoiled from that thought, but if she had been hit, she'd been mangled and bleeding, the red fluid spilling wasted on the blacktop, the scent of fresh blood pulsing through the air.
I'd be drinking it off the ground. It's okay. I'm fast enough to not need to worry about the 5-second rule.
Or, as it should be called after Thanos snapped, the 10-second rule.
I shuddered again, but not just in horror. Part of me shivered in desire. I would not have been able to watch her bleed without exposing us all in a much more flagrant and shocking way. Then you could have started over and maybe not been such an asshole in the new town. I doubt it, though.
It was a perfectly sound excuse. Haha. But I wouldn't use it. It was too shameful.
I mean, it is actually kind of a decent excuse.
Yeah.
Either do something that could be explained away by an adrenaline rush, or have to explain the fact that I suddenly went fucking feral on a corpse. One of those is a lot harder to explain.
Yes.
I hadn't thought of it until long after the fact, regardless.
Look out for Jasper, Emmett went on, oblivious to my reverie. He's not as angry, but he's more resolved. Okay.
Whatever that means.
I saw what he meant, and for a moment the room swam around me. Marriage was so all-consuming that a red haze clouded my vision. I thought I would choke on it. I tripped.
Bounced my head off the desk. By which I mean my head went through the desk.
That's how you do a proper head desk. Just go straight.
Sheesh, Edward, get a grip! Emmett shouted at me in his head. His hand came down on my shoulder, holding me in my seat before I could jump to my feet. He rarely used his full strength. There was rarely a need, for he was so much stronger than any vampire any of us had ever encountered. But he used it now. He gripped my arm, rather than pushing me down. If he'd been pushing, the chair under me would have collapsed. Shoves him through the floor.
just like punches him through the floor.
No, not punches. Just steadily applies more and more pressure until he's embedded in the floor.
I really just want to make a story where, like, people that superpowered just exist casually and just stuff like this happens on the regular.
There actually are a few stories kind of like that. One of them that comes to mind is the webcomic Overpowered.
Oh?
Yeah, it's kind of, I think something kind of like My Hero Academia, only these superpowers have always existed.
Nice. But it wouldn't even be about like equality or equal rights. It'd just be like how a world would interact that way. I wouldn't be worried about like, oh, I'm not superpowered, boo-hoo me. It's just I'm not superpowered. Oh well. At least I don't have to
Yeah.
worry about somebody, tossing me through a car or anything.
Yeah, that is kind of the situation with that. Like, there are a few characters that have no superpowers and get around it with
I'm
technology.
not even worried about that too. It's just I'm at school, and I get to watch bullshit happen all day of people fucking around and accidentally breaking things, and you find it really funny.
There was a case of like one character whose whole ability was like some sort of thing where he was kind of like made out of sand getting struck by lightning, so part of his body turned into glass.
Oh wow.
Huh.
Fuck you! I'm glass now. Haha. Paper cut. Just kidding. It's glass cut.
There was also a joke at one point about the main character being so adorably pathetic that even some of the villains had an urge to protect him.
Oh, jeez.
That reminds me of just a short comic I saw where this character's power was literally if you looked him in the eyes, people wanted to protect him. So he was constantly wearing sunglasses and everyone wanted him to take them off, but every time he did, people were just like, oh my gosh, you're so sweet, I must protect you.
This small bean.
Protect small bean.
Must protect.
Must protect by attack.
Must protect by attack? Jesus Christ!
Or through attack, I guess.
Must protect through attack. I'm going to punch anyone who gets close to you.
You're safe now.
Reminds me of this one comic I saw about like allergies in your immune system. It's like the main character is like this anime girl. It's like, oh, immune system Chan, I love you so much. You always protect me. And he's like, of course, so and so. I will protect you no matter what. Then then there's like a hair on the character's nose, and he's like, what is this? And she's like, oh, don't worry, it's just a cat hair. And he says, it's hurting you. She's like, no, it's fine. The next panel's just his fist right through her face.
I'm having flashbacks to the allergy episode of Cells at Work.
Huh.
Where every part of the immune system is just having an idiocy-fueled panic attack because of pollen.
Yes, I remember that.
Just everyone's freaking the fuck out. And so all the shit that goes wrong is completely because of the immune system. The allergen actually does nothing wrong. Just wandering around.
Like, this is
not
neat.
hurting anything. It's just everybody panicking.
I need to watch Cells at Work. I've seen scenes on YouTube and it looks great.
It is. Very bloody, too.
Yes. I do need to get around to that series on YouTube of a doctor watching the series.
I thought that was just a video, not a series.
No, there's like one for each episode, if memory serves.
Really?
I thought that wasn't the video thing. That was a Reddit thing.
No,
You listed it all.
There's like it might have been like one of the BuzzFeed YouTube channels that was doing that one. There's also a channel out there called Legal Eagle, which is basically like an actual lawyer going over like the different legal stuff involved in the plots of different movies.
Huh. That would be an interesting.
I hope he's done Phoenix Wright at some point.
I think so, yeah. He might have. But like he did one for Liar Liar. It was like, it's actually kind of interesting, the world we live in now. Hey, you want to see how horribly in trouble some of these people in movies are with the legal system? Here you go. Want to know how many laws Jim Carrey broke in Liar Liar? Several.
Oh, let me count the ways.
There's the airplane scene. Don't even get me started on that one. In which he steals the stair thing for like loading the airplane.
I mean, that sounds just illegal just thinking about it.
Oh yeah, and so he's like riding it alongside the airplane, trying to get the attention of his ex-wife through the window as she's in the plane. As the plane is in the process of trying to take off.
Oh, okay then. Wow, that's very illegal.
Highly illegal. like, at least in Ace Ventura: Pet Detective, it was kind of shown that he was a psychopath, or at very least sociopath, and therefore considered humans below him. I believe it's your line, Tom.
Is it? Okay.
Yes.
All
Easy.
right. Easy, he ordered.
Well, that didn't sound all caps at all.
Do you want me to make it sound all caps?
Yes.
Easy, he ordered.
All right, Zane's line.
Hold on, give me like 27 minutes. I'm watching Real Lawyer Reacts to Liar Liar Part 1. Is it I tried to calm myself?
Yes.
Yes.
I tried to calm myself, but it was hard. The rage burned in my head. I was a mad boy.
Or he's just reading the thoughts of a mad person.
Grr.
That is the weird thing, though, because people don't think in words. They think in images.
Really?
More or less, yeah.
Interesting.
So he wouldn't really be so much hearing things when he reads people's minds. He'd be seeing things.
Well, I guess all works have their flaws.
Even if this one has several.
Hey.
Jasper's not going to do anything until we all talk. I just thought you should know the direction he's headed.
I concentrated on relaxing, and I felt Emmett's hand loosen.
Emmett. Let's see. Try not to make more of a spectacle of yourself. You're in enough trouble as is. Stupid.
You fucking idiot!
I was making a really nice progress with one of the guys here, but no!
I could have had... I was gonna find out about I was gonna find out about what gay bars there were in Forks, Washington, but someone had to come along and ruin it all. Wait, I thought you were dating such and such. It's an open relationship. Again, you want to make your stories more interesting, Stephenie Meyer? Homoeroticism. At least I'd be more interested.
It would certainly make it more entertaining, anyway.
I took a deep breath and Emmett released me.
I need release.
That one not wasted.
I searched around the room routinely, but our confrontation had been so short and silent that only a few people sitting behind Emmett had even noticed. None of them knew what to make of it, and they shrugged it off. The Cullens were freaks. Everyone knew that already. Well, I mean, yeah.
Again, the more we read this story, the more it's pretty obvious that no one at the school actually gives a shit about the Cullens.
Mm-hmm.
They're nice to look at, but other than that, who gives a shit?
Oh god. Oh god. Yep, you guys have to see this.
I'll probably watch it sometime.
What?
The liar thing?
No.
No.
This.
Oh god.
I'm afraid. What?
Why?
What?
I don't know why.
Why?
That's why I said,
Okay,
oh god.
I recognize the art style, though. What are they drawn as?
They're all like the leprechaun goblin kind of thing.
I was gonna say, I don't think it's quite the leprechaun.
No, they're goblins or something.
I
I don't fucking know, okay? Get off my back. I do weird shit today, okay?
So, Zane's having a mental breakdown because we're reading Midnight Sun again.
Well, at least he's not vomiting.
Right.
Yep.
Damn, Key, you're a mess, Emmett added, sympathy in his tone.
Bite me.
He
Later. A little later when we're alone. I muttered under my breath. I heard his low chuckle.
Emmett didn't hold grudges, and I probably ought to be more grateful for his easygoing nature. But I could see that Jasper's intentions made sense to Emmett, that he was considering how it might be the best course of action.
The rage simmered, barely under control. Yes, and it was stronger than I was, but he'd yet to beat me in a wrestling match. Emmett just punches him in the dick.
Again, considering the fact that vampires have a stone-like composition, I think that literally means that it would just
Shatter.
shatter his dick.
Claiming that this was because I cheated. Their dick will just revive itself, though. Who cares?
Oh, they could piece their dick back together. They can't regenerate.
Oh.
They can reattach things. That's why after you decapitate one in this universe, you have to burn the head.
Oh, okay, I get it now. So, do you know how they fix broken vases by melting gold into the cracks?
Mm-hmm.
If he shattered his dick, they'd have to do that to his dick.
Well, you wouldn't need the melted gold, you just need the vampire venom. But yeah.
Well, who doesn't want a gold dick? I can't say that with a straight face.
It's always hard.
Because I cheated by hearing his thoughts was just as much a part of who I was as his immense strength was a part of his. We were evenly matched in a fight. Ring, 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 ring. Banana phone. Do 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 do. Ding dong, ding dong, ding dong, ding. Banana phone. I've got this feeling, a wonderful feeling about my cellular. Bananular phone? That's how that goes, right?
I don't know. I've never seen this banana phone video.
Oh, well.
I saw this one song called Banana Man by a group called Tally Hall. That was pretty fun, but never saw Banana Phone.
You're missing out. Not really. That song sucks.
I didn't think I was. Might look it up at some point in time, but I don't know. You're wondering why I've been quiet recently. I just started playing Pokemon some more because I don't know. It's Sunday. I just feel like doing that. That's both to you, Zane, and to the audience who's listening, if this part gets kept in.
That's fine. I'm looking at bullshit right now,
Like weird pictures like what you've been sending into the chat.
Oh god, did he put another one in?
Not yet.
Okay.
I'm about to put in another Thanos joke.
Oh god damn it.
But yeah, other than that, I was just looking at all of my things, and somebody's posting a lot of ogre porn right now, so that was interesting to look at for 3 seconds.
What kind of ogre?
Pretty face ogre.
Well, that doesn't help me.
Okay, well then, time to go back and describe some of the ogre porn I'm looking at. Let's see. So, a lot of this is more goblin porn because they're really short, and they're pear-shaped, really... they've got that I'm way too big for my size kind of thickness, so they look like they're just a pair of ass and tits with no middle, with arms attached on the side.
That just sounds terrible.
Yeah, it is. It's not very good. But then if you go up, they're posting, not goblin, but actual ogres, so there's, an actual body shape. Some of them are really muscular, some of them are not, but for the most part, yeah, it's just a shit ton of really huge muscly ogre people.
Well then.
That look really cute, and then sometimes they don't. Sometimes they really have the face of an ogre, and it's just
Yeah.
And then if I scroll up even farther, it's Valkyrie Chronicles, but nobody gives a shit about that. We're talking about goblin and ogre porn right now.
Yeah.
And there's real people porn, nobody cares about that. 2D for live. And then right under that is a chat called Not Safe for Work for Real Friends, and it's just filled with furry bullshit.
Hey.
Because that's what defines friendship.
So
Furries.
seriously, all of the not safe for work chats in here have weird names, Not Safe for Work, All Spaghetti, No Regretty.
What?
What?
That's just the meme one, but it's also not safe for work, so people can post not safe for work memes in there.
It's spaghetti porn.
And then there's also not safe for work consenticles. Tentacle stuff because a few people really like it more than a friend. Oh, this is just tentacle porn. The website. The thread.
Huh.
The fact that it's called consenticles, though, offers a different connotation to it.
Yeah, the fact that somebody is drawing
Is that just...
So,
That
There's, like,
implies
these alien-
consensual tentacling.
Yeah. But there's just one tentacle porn thing in here that's not even tentacle porn. It's just a bunch of monsters from, like, a video game series, and this person's drawing their interpretation of what their dicks look like. And it's really nasty. Why the fuck am I looking at this right now?
I don't know
Specifically
why.
the dick.
I don't know what game or what the monsters are, but I can show you if you really want to see it.
I'm not too into monster dick, no.
I'm good, thanks.
Wait, did he even post the Thanos joke? I got distracted.
Yes, you did.
Yes, it did. It was good.
The Ant-Man Thanos' inside story, and it shows Ant-Man about to walk up Thanos' ass.
Yeah.
Because
I'm gonna
that was the
post-
joke that was bouncing around of Ant-Man's going to defeat Thanos by going up his ass.
Well, it started as his ear, but, you know, it's the internet, so...
Yeah.
Is it my line?
Who knows at this point?
I think we were on Zane's line earlier.
Hold on, I'm still going
Which
to
means
post
it'd be
this
my
just
line.
because... Wait, it's not my line?
No, we did your line. Didn't we? I had the call during that. Well! Those are some terrifying proportions.
Yeah.
I guess it's a good thing she has strong back muscles.
But,
So, it's
I mean, I
Zane's
like
line.
broad shoulders, but sometimes that's a bit ridiculous. Anyway,
worry.
where's my line? Say, despite the fact that I already posted a picture of both an Oni girl and one demon lady in a singlet.
But
Anyway.
you know what you didn't fucking show me? Shrek porn!
Why would I show you Shrek porn?
Because it's never over until it's ogre!
This is my swamp.
Exactly. Also, I'm sorry, I have to go too real quick.
Oh, goddamn. Don't exit the call this time. I don't know how that's gonna fuck up the recording.
Does that mess up the recording if that happens?
I'm pretty sure it does.
Okay. Try to minimize that, I guess.
Anyway, what line are we on?
Okay, if it's your line, I think we were on a fight, the top
Okay.
of page 78.
A fight? Was that where this was heading? Was I going to fight my family over a human I barely knew? Perhaps.
I mean, maybe only you can answer that question, Mr. Cullen.
I.G. Joe. Da 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 da.
Okay, I thought about that for a moment. Thought about the fragile feel of the girl's body in my arm. Juxtaposition with Jasper, Rose, and Emmett. Supernaturally strong and fast. Killing machines by nature.
Oh shit, Lord of the Guns did another orc drawing.
Who?
Lord of the Guns. That was that dude that was doing like the cyberpunk noir fantasy stuff.
Oh, yeah, okay, gotcha.
They did this image recently.
What image? Oh.
I'm gonna have to make sure to save that one to my phone.
That's a real fun style. I like that.
Because before, as my phone background, I had this one, which is, I believe the title. Yeah, the title of this one is Cyber Orc. And honestly, I've just always been like a sucker for that whole tusk thing. So, for a while, my background was this one. There we go. That one.
Okay.
Just gonna say it. That arm looks great with that dress.
I mean, it really does.
You know what goes great with a pink dress? A giant cybernetic arm.
So like, what was I gonna say? Yeah.
They've also got an orc cowboy, and I think this might be, oh boy,
An orc cowboy.
yes. Let me put this one in the chat.
I need to see this. That's amazing. I love that.
Like, oh god, some of this shit is just great.
Yeah. I'm the kind of person who will like just put one background on my phone for like months at a time, and I won't change it until I find something that I feel is worthy of replacing it. Like
I literally have a folder on my phone with over 100 pictures of just like Monster Girl backgrounds. Honestly, I find this one funny because of the tattoos.
Pacifist. That's great. Is that supposed to be an orc, or is it supposed to be something else?
I'm pretty sure that's closer to like an Oni.
I was gonna say,
With the
look, because it
horns.
looks more like a
Yeah, a tough
tiefling.
jacket-clad Oni girl to finish how we started.
Yeah, it looks more like a tiefling from like D&D, who are kind of like that, I guess. I don't know. That they're more charismatic than anything else, but so what?
Check. I think on that one homebrew site there is an Oni race.
Wouldn't surprise me. That kind of reminds me of like that reminds me of Samus, like just the armor and stuff.
Samus?
Samus. That
Samus Aran.
they said Samus in Melee for the long. They said Samus in Melee, Super Smash Bros. Melee, and that was what stuck with my mind for the longest time. And I'm still trying to get down Samus rather than
Super ass Amaran?
yes? Question mark.
Nice.
But yeah, so that first one I'm gonna have to make sure to save to my phone. I believe it's your turn, Zane.
Is it though?
It starts with the word yes, so yes.
Yes. Yes! I would fight for her against my family, I shootered.
Shoot her.
Pew pew.
But it wasn't fair to leave her undefended when I was the one who'd put her in danger.
I couldn't win alone, though, not against the three of them, and I wondered who my allies would be. Probably no one, because you're a freaking jerk.
No, I'm honestly just gonna say it. I'm not so much a fan of cute, sexy robot style.
Really?
I don't know, the proportions that guy draws kind of terrify me. Like, a person's hips aren't so really supposed to be wider than their shoulders.
Yeah, you're right.
Like, I think I've seen his art, like, out of anyone that I recognize the most on r/bad women anatomy.
That's a thread?
Yeah, it's basically devoted to people who don't seem to understand how how women's bodies work.
BRB.
So you see stuff from like a bunch of different like pinup artists, like less than good pinup artists, as well as a lot of stuff from like incel sites. It's like people who unironically use the term roasty because they don't seem to understand that a part of the body that can bounce back from having a baby shoved through it isn't going to get fucked up because of someone's penis. Like, it's not going to get stretched out beyond repair just because of one person's 6-inch penis. It's not how that works.
These just sound like unpleasant people.
Yeah. A lot of that subreddit's not safe for work, for obvious reasons.
Who cares about not safe for work?
Well, we can't really do a good video on it if it's not safe for work, image-wise anyway.
Well, I mean, I can just describe each and every image in fine detail.
I mean, for that one, it would probably be that we'd be doing mostly text posts.
A lot of the not safe for work on here is text post.
Well, yeah. But I mean, like, there's stuff in there that's, like, pictures of vaginas and shit.
Or Lego people. What?
I mean, you could make a video.
Okay, that one's probably satire.
Yeah.
There's a lot of satire ones on there. And at one point, there was also, like, a whole, like, for, I think, like, International Women's Day, there was, like, a vagina appreciation posts going around, and so it was, like, varying vaginas. Like, you know what? They're all vaginas, and you should be perfectly happy about yours, regardless of how it looks. Which, you know what? That's a nice sentiment.
I'm just waiting for like somebody to post their vagina, and what it really is like somebody like was just like, yeah, I think you have an STD.
Oh god.
Like a doctor's just like, be careful.
Well, that's a lot different than someone saying that someone's quote unquote used up because the inner flaps of their vagina hang out slightly. Those are two completely different things. Because you know what? Sometimes that just naturally happens. You can be a virgin and have that happen. It's not because you fucked a lot. That's just how your vagina is.
Speaking
been
from
a weird
experience,
episode.
are
I'm
we?
just gonna say that now.
What?
Speaking from experience, are we?
Speaking from
Are you saying that he has a vagina?
It was
That
supposed
was
to be.
supposed to be a secret.
Yes, it turns out this entire time that I'm actually trans male. Oh shit. God damn it.
Conspiracy theorists eat your hearts out? Question mark.
Conspiracy theorists eat yourselves out. Wait.
I will eat.
Remove your lower.
Like that thing that people made up about Marilyn Manson.
For me, it was Ozzy Osbourne. That it's like apparently that's a playground myth that goes around. It's like every generation there's one too, and when it happened in 7th grade, it was Ozzy Osbourne that they said that happened to. So like, I don't know.
In either case, it wasn't true.
I know it's not true, but it's like it's weird how just different people say like it's.
I mean, hell, even if you did have your lower pair of ribs removed, you still wouldn't be able to do it because you'd literally have to fold yourself in half.
It's just,
anyway, whose line is it?
Whose line is it anyway?
Zane, did you read your line?
Lane.
Zane said his that started with yes, then I read mine, then Tom read his, so now it's Zane's line again. Carlisle.
Carlise, certainly.
Oh, God damn it.
He would not fight anyone, but he would be wholly against Rose and Jasper's designs. That might be all I needed. I would see.
I'm still stuck on that whole thing that I've, like, this pictures of, like, the pieces of cute, sexy robots art I've seen on that subreddit, like, one of them in which, like, one of the person's thighs were, like, as thick as their shoulders. It's like, that's not healthy. And the rest, like, with the rest of the body, you can't blame that on foreshortening. It's like, no, that's just a bad piece of art. Like, yeah, your shading's great, but your proportions are so off.
You have to have one in order. You have to have both of those to work.
I mean, I don't know what girls look like, so it's fine.
I'm pretty sure you've talked to a girl before.
Let me make a fucking joke. God damn it.
I could have taken it in the other direction and gone with you talking to nobody.
That was
I don't know what girls look like, or boys. I don't know what anyone looks like. I'm all alone.
I don't know what girls or boys look like. Who the fuck are you people? Why am I talking to you?
Why are we people?
I only know how intersex people look. That's why I'm playing an androgynous angel.
Yes, people are beyond me, so I must play both people.
Zane's apparently the human equivalent of the goddess Ishtar. For some reason, intersex people have his blessing. I'm not kidding. That is one of the myths involving Ishtar. Apparently, like people who are neither male nor female are blessed by her.
Nice.
And then there's the god Hermaphrodite, child of Hermes and Aphrodite, who is apparently so hot that a nymph grabbed a hold of him with such force that they fused together, creating a being that was neither male nor female.
But was still hot, right?
Yeah.
So Zane, is that your character's backstory then?
No.
I was about to say, why would an angel need gender?
It's a good point. I was trying to
'Cause
make a
ye-
joke.
Yeah, you're just like the joke earner today, Llytic. Like, just like hand over the key to the show today, because you're clearly not letting any jokes get by.
Okay, shit. You said your line. Alright. Esme doubtful. She would not side against me either. She would hate to disagree with Carlisle. But she would be for any plan that kept her family intact. Her first priority would be rightness. Would not be rightness, but me. If Carlisle was the soul of our family, then Esme was the heart. He gave us a leader who deserved following. She made that following into an act of love. We all loved each other, even under the fury I felt toward Jasper and Rose right now. Wait, is Rose the one I'm thinking? No, wait, shit.
Rose is, I think, his sister who they'd play chess.
I don't think that one's Rose. I think it's... Oh, god damn it.
No, that's Alice, isn't it?
Yeah, Alice. I was gonna say, well, like, what we've seen of Alice, I'm pretty sure that she wouldn't take either side, really. I mean, it's... Again, she's the one that's like, hey, don't go around murdering people. It's kind of a dick move. Not, don't go around murdering people because it'll, like, out the family. She's the only moral one of them, aside from Carlisle, who's working as a doctor. Oh, God. Even planning to fight then to save the girl, I knew that I loved them.
Oh, how sweet. Alice? I had no idea. It would probably depend on what she saw coming. She would side with the winner, I imagined. True neutral at finest.
Now, it turns out that this is actually going to end up like all of those Alice Bella fanfictions, and she's going to fight for Bella and then steal Bella from Edward and start dating her. We got the best ending.
Yeah.
She ended up with the only good member of the Cullen family.
Amazing.
Zane,
Yes? Oh.
your line.
So I would have to do this without help. I wasn't a match for them alone, but I wasn't going to let the girl be hurt because of me. That might mean evasive action.
My rage dulled with a bit with the sudden black humor. I could imagine how the girl would react to my kidnapping her. Negatively.
Probably.
Edward, this is why in most fanfiction she ends up with your sister. Of course, I rarely guessed her reactions right, but what other reaction could she have besides terror?
Stockholm Syndrome? Hey.
This library is for you.
I wasn't sure how to manage that, though. Kidnapping her. I wouldn't be able to stand being close to her for very long. Then why are you contemplating it, you idiot?
Dumbass!
Perhaps I would just deliver her back to her mother. Even that much would be fraught with danger. For her. Oh, fuck you, man.
And
It
also
would be
for me. I realize
It would be
suddenly.
extremely painful
You're a big man. You can handle it.
for you.
If I were to kill her by accident, I wasn't certain exactly how much pain that
As
would
he
cause.
runs straight to Phoenix, Arizona, accidentally drops her.
But I knew it would be
Smash.
Bounces off the
intensified.
asphalt. Multifaceted.
And I finished my line.
Okay, I couldn't. I swear you said multifaceted wrong.
I probably did.
The time passed quickly as while I mulled over all the complications ahead of me, the argument waiting for me at home, the conflict with my family, the lengths I might be forced to go to afterward.
Well, I couldn't complain that life outside the school was monotonous anymore. The girl had changed that much. Oh my god.
When will my life begin?
Oh
Never.
yeah, life goes on long thrill of living is gone.
I mean, I was doing a Disney tune, but okay.
I wasn't.
My name is
Yes, I
Edward.
noticed.
You're watching Disney Channel.
My name is Christian Grey.
And also,
Does it with like a fucking like writing crop?
Emmett and I walked silently to the car when the bell rang. He was worrying about me and worrying about Rosali.
You did that one on purpose.
You knew whose side he would have to choose in a quarrel, and it bothered him.
He's whipped.
And he nay-nayed.
God damn it. The others were waiting for us in the car, also silent. We were a very quiet group. I could only I could hear the shouting.
Idiot, lunatic, moron, jackass, selfish, irresponsible fool.
Keep
Rosalie.
it going, Rosalie!
Rosalie kept up a constant stream of insults at the top of her mental lungs. It made it hard to hear.
Motherfucking cock guzzler!
It made it hard to hear the others, but I ignored her as best I could.
Emmett was right about Jasper. He was sure of his course.
Cum guzzling cunt waffle! They just get more and more creative and confusing.
Zebra fucker.
Contest motherfucking bitch boy! Just longer and longer and all like very explicit.
It's like a 20-second long single insulting name.
I did try to find figure out like the longest one I could come up with at one point. I ended up forgetting it, but
I'm sure you can figure it out again at some point in time.
I think the word cunt was used like 5 times. Alice was troubled, worrying about Jasper, flipping through images of the future. No matter which direction Jasper came at the girl, Alice always saw me there, blocking him. Interesting. Neither Rosalie nor Emmett was with him in these visions, so Jasper planned to work alone. That would even things up.
Jasper was the best, certainly the most experienced fighter among us. My one advantage lay in that I could hear his moves before he made them. I could see the future. Oh, wait, nope, that's his sister.
I could read minds. You understand what this means? He could summon bulldozers.
Steamrollers.
Steamrollers.
Steamrollers?
That-
Dio!
That was a Joe joke before they started becoming a meme.
I had never fought more than playfully with Emmett or Jasper, just horsing around. I felt sick at the thought of really trying to hurt Jasper.
No, not that. Just to block him. That was all.
I concentrated on sorry, lost my place for a sec. Memorizing Jasper's different avenues of attack. Yeah, there was an S there. I thought it was.
For one, Avenue Q. The internet is really, really great. For porn.
Everybody's a little bit racist. That's not how it goes. I need to look up their stuff again. It was fun.
Honestly, my favorite one is the internet is for porn.
I think I like everyone's a little bit racist.
Well, yeah, that was the joke with that one.
Or my girlfriend who lives in Canada.
Like, honestly, that one just had like this moment of like the little old, like the Asian lady just going off about like Jews.
Oh, jeez.
It's like she was the most racist out of anyone there.
I'd imagine so.
Alright, though. As I did that, her vision shifted, moving further and further away from the Swan House. I was cutting him off earlier.
You know, when you have someone reading the mind of someone who can see the future, that's gonna just create a lot of weird branching timelines.
Yeah, pretty much.
I mean, granted, if we go off of the many worlds interpretation, a new universe is technically created anytime an atom vibrates, because it could vibrate in a different direction. That's how the many worlds interpretation works. Anytime there's a chance of something different happening, a new universe is created. So, the vibration of a subatomic particle creates a new universe because it could have vibrated differently.
Amazing.
That's a lot of different universes.
Yes. That's why when you go off of it, there's technically an infinite number of universes,
Yeah.
with little to no difference between them. And that's not even when you get to, like, free will, like, putting free will and stuff into that, like, oh, I could do this or I could do this.
Let's do all the things!
And that's why Wraith is one of the most interesting characters in Apex Legends.
Oh, is that really her gimmick?
Her
She
whole
vibrates
thing...
really hard.
Well, no,
I know
her
she's
whole...
like from another dimension and she can teleport since I played the game, but I didn't know there was an explanation for her power.
The whole power she has is that she can hear, like, her from other parallel universes.
Yeah, this is where you get shot.
Yeah, that's the whole thing, is, like, if someone's, like, has you in their sights, all of a sudden, like, she'll, like, another universe her will tell you, implying that that was the last thought going through the mind of an alternate universe her that just got shot.
She's aiming at you.
Yeah, implying that that's one of the near, like, close ones, and due to the fact that all you're hearing is the stuff that's, like, relevant to your universe. Which also technically means that she can't lose, because of the fact that there's at least one universe in which she has completely succeeded.
So you're saying Wraith should just have a counter that just says potential wins.
Well, I didn't win in this game, but... But the Science of ended up doing an episode on that, which I found interesting. Whose line is it?
I think it's
Uh,
Zane's line. Yeah.
She begins searching farther ahead into the misty, unsure realm of distant possibilities. Everything was shadowy and vague.
Was that it? Was this... I thought the next line was the "Stop that, Edward. That can't happen that way. I won't let it."
Maybe that was my line. Sorry. Stop that, Edward. It can't happen this way. I won't let it.
And then Zane's line.
Yeah.
Stop, I won't let it. I didn't answer, just kept watching.
She began searching further ahead into the misty, unsure realm of distant possibilities. Everything was shadowy and vague.
The entire way home, the charged silence did not lift. I parked in the big garage off the house. Carlisle's Mercedes was there, next to Emmett's big Jeep, Rose's M3, and my Vanquish. I was glad Carlisle was already home. This silence would end explosively, and I wanted him there when that happened.
I still find that fucking hilarious. Like, literally what Stephenie Meyer did is she asked her brothers who are more into cars, like, hey, what's some fancy, expensive sports cars? Instead of just saying, oh, they had a sports car or something like that. No, we need to make it a specific brand.
I mean, it adds a little bit of depth to the story, and it's kind of
what it adds is product placement.
Well, I mean, maybe, but like... I don't know.
You don't tend to need to go into the specific brand. You just need to go into, like, a description.
Well, when it comes to cars, sometimes the name matters, sometimes it doesn't. Granted, if this was written for young girls, then they probably wouldn't care. But
I don't think most people would care.
I don't care anything about cars, but I can't really say that that's normal because I have like a friend that's super obsessed about cars.
I know a lot of people who would really care about cars and stuff. Me personally, it's like I've got an old car. I know how it runs. I know how to fix it most of the time, and that's all I need to know about it. And like,
this picture into that folder, and there we go.
So,
I believe it's Zane's line.
Mm-hmm.
Tiny little line.
We went straight to the dining room.
Well, that's boring. Why can't you go gay to the dining room? Okay.
I didn't know there was a gay way to go to a dining room.
You just, yeah, I don't know either.
Great fucking water. Why can't it be gay fucking water? I did finally get around to editing the Reddit stuff.
Huh.
Yeah.
Nice.
Oh, shit. The room was, of course, never used for its intended purpose, but it was furnished with a long, oval mahogany table. Mahogany. Surrounded by chairs, which were scrupulous about... we were scrupulous about having the correct props in place. Carlisle liked to use it as a conference room. In a group with such strong and disparate personalities... What personalities? Sometimes it was necessary to discuss things in a calm, seated manner.
I had a feeling that... What?
No, I'm not gonna be calm. Fuck you.
Nor am I going to be seated.
Yeah, fuck you. I'm standing up.
Fuck yo, couch.
I had a feeling that the setting was not going to help much today. I mean, does it ever? Like...
I'm just flashing back to that one scene. I remember it in the movie in which Bella came over as like the Cullens decided to actually use the kitchen to make dinner. He's like, "Oh, I'm not hungry," and fucking Rose bowl that was like full of fucking salad or whatever. It's like it shatters on the floor, and she just like angrily stops out. Well, there goes all that effort.
Yeah, when she said she ate before coming over or whatever. Yeah. Like, why is she... That's just like, what kind of... That was mean on her end, just like breaking it, like, bitch.
Yeah, it's like, Rosalie, what the fuck? This is why you don't get paired with Bella. This is why Alice gets paired with Bella and you don't.
That just
Alice
seems like a
would've-
really smart and considerate thing, though. That's the thing, like, I know my monster husband or waifu or boyfriend/girlfriend doesn't eat like I do, so I'll eat before we go out.
Yeah.
That's just like a genuinely good thing to do. That's considerate.
Just imagine. That does remind me of that all Mr. True Style World thing. I do have a joke with different immortals about them being social eaters. Like, they don't need to eat, but in social situations, like at a party or something, they will.
I could just imagine dating somebody or like living with somebody who doesn't eat, so you just constantly have like pockets filled with snacks because you know your lover's not going to stop.
You know how hard it is to plan a date with two people that don't eat? That knocks out like the majority of date locations.
I mean, just go to the movies. I mean, that works.
Without popcorn?
Yeah.
No, it's all the popcorn for yourself. Even better.
Like,
Just
the joke
you
I
have
had
to worry
in there
about
was...
like a girlfriend or boyfriend who's just like, "No, I'm not hungry," and then they steal your fucking fries. Nope, that ain't gonna happen anymore.
Look at with the social eater thing. I'm just imagining, like, they just absent-mindedly do it. No, you don't eat.
Yep.
I don't know.
Just imagine like when they get depressed, they eat those. So you just have like a vampire who's really sad, just eating a lot of ice cream.
Of course, in that universe, I also did have it to where, like, excess donated blood was available to buy.
So, can a vampire get an STD from somebody who's donating a blood with STDs?
I mean, they can't really catch diseases in that universe.
Ew.
Their body kind of works against it. Because it repairs itself that quickly.
Can they still carry STDs, though?
I guess technically, yeah. It's not exactly like they have a working immune system. They just repair all damage.
That's actually terrifying.
The only way to kill them is to penetrate their heart or cut off their head.
Well, not in that way. It's just they could be like carrying a bunch of potentially bad stuff that their body doesn't care about.
True. Oh god, it's kind of like the whole thing of how like Deadpool could technically be carrying several diseases. It's just that his body repairs itself quickly enough to where that isn't really a factor. It's actually also shown that the only reason he's alive with his mutant ability, with the ability he got, is because of his cancer. Because apparently it's just fully unrestrained cell growth, and so when they tried to apply the same ability to a few Skrulls, the Skrulls just exploded.
Huh. So it's like the cancer actually helps him with that in that regard.
Yeah, because the cancer's killing off other cells. And that's also part of the reason behind his mental state, because his brain is literally recreating itself, repeatedly.
Huh.
His brain is constantly just regenerating at all times.
That's,
Sounds like it hurts.
Probably
does. Man, I kind of feel sorry for the guy.
Let's see, what line are we on? Carlisle sat in his usual seat.
I think it's my line.
Your line, right.
Carlisle sat in his usual seat at the eastern head of the room. Esme was beside him. They held hands on top of the table.
Oh, ain't that sweet.
If only it were characters I actually cared about.
Like Alice. Or that one vampire that was slut-shamed by Edward.
Edward the slut shamer.
Well, he is Mormon.
Edward the Mormon slut shamer.
Let's see. I sat on
Esme's eyes.
Esme's eyes were on me, their golden depths full of concern.
I am Confucian.
I am
Stay.
Confucius.
Stay. It was her only thought.
Just imagining really menacing. Stay.
Stay.
Good bastard.
Wish I could smile at the woman who was truly a mother to me, but I had no reassurances for her now. Psh, you don't let me do what I want. You're not my mom.
You aren't my real mom. Yes, I know that.
Yeah, but you live in my house, bitch, so you better follow my goddamn rules or I'm gonna slap the shit out of you.
It's more like some weird roommate roleplay.
Please don't describe it like that.
It turns out that Carlisle and Esme just have a weird parenting fetish.
Oh, bad mental image. Please stop.
I sat on Carlisle's other side. Esme reached around him to put her free hand on my shoulder. She had no idea what was about to start. She was just worrying about me.
Huh.
Sorry.
She actually seems the decent sort. Carlisle had a better sense of what was coming. His lips were pressed tightly together and his forehead was creased. The expression looked too old for his young face. Isn't he, older than all of them, though?
Yeah, but he turned when he was, in his 20s.
Oh, okay.
That must look really confusing. Yes, this is my 20-year-old looking dad with my 20-year-old looking son.
Yeah.
As everyone else said, I could see the lines being drawn.
Oh, God. Rosalie sat directly across from Carlisle on the other end of the table. She glared at me, never looking away.
Emmett sat beside her, his face and thoughts both wry. Makes you wonder how Dio would interact with the vampires in this world.
I don't know if he would care.
He probably wouldn't.
He only cares about things he can control.
Yeah.
Jasper hesitated and then went to stand against the wall behind Rosalie. He was decided, regardless of the outcome of this discussion. My teeth locked together. Alright, so how many more of this do you want to read? Because I think
I was going to do, the next paragraph and then call it.
Alright.
Alice was the last to come in. Her eyes were focused on something far away. The future! Still too indistinct for her to make use of. Not seeming to think about it, she sat next to Esme. She rubbed her forehead as if she had a headache. Jasper twitched uneasily and considered joining her, but he kept his place. All right, so we are now on page 81. Someone make note of that.
Meme review.
And that is where we're going to call it for today. This was painful.
Not
But
as
in different
painful
ways,
as-
from Back to the Frollo.
Yeah, true
I could
enough, I
tolerate
guess.
this more than Frollo.
Same here, actually.
Yeah, I guess it's a good thing I decided from here on out with this that we're gonna do like one of each of these each week, instead of just focusing purely on one.
It
Yeah,
might
at
make
least-
things more bearable, and it will add
Yep.
some variety.
Yes.
Yep.
But yeah, that's what we're gonna call it. I'm Llytic,
I'm Tom.
I'm Yeet.
and be seeing you next time.